Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the NUS Undergraduate Admissions Sharing Webinar. I'm Yuejia and I will be your MC for today. Thank you for taking time to join us. The sharing you will hear this afternoon will be presented by the Vice Dean of Admissions, Associate Professor Terence Sim. After his presentation, there will be a Q&A segment with Prof. Sim and two NUS students. If you have any questions, we greatly appreciate if you could please write them down in the Q&A tab below, and we will answer them towards the end of this webinar. Thank you for your patience. Professor Terence Sim is the Vice Dean of Admissions and an Associate Professor at the School of Computing NUS. He is also a Principal Investigator at NUS Central for Trusted Internet and Community (CTIC). As a computer scientist, Prof. Sim conducts research in biometrics, computer vision, and their privacy implications. Prof. Sim is often quoted by the press for his research expertise. He received his bachelor's degree from MIT in 1990, master's degree from Stanford in 1991, and PhD degree from Carnegie Mellon University in 2002. As a Singaporean, he hopes to inspire more locals to pursue R&D career. Now let's begin the session. Prof. Sim will share about the hallmarks of the NUS experience, important considerations when selecting your course of studies, global opportunities, as well as the process and timeline of admissions application. Prof. Sim, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Yuejia. Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, wherever you might be. I know there's an international audience here. Welcome, welcome. Glad to meet all of you. Uh, Let me start my slides and then we can get going. Yes, over here. Okay, I believe you can see my slides here. Okay, that's great. Okay, let's get going. Um, Welcome once again to this e-open house. This is the 2 o'clock version. We have a number of events scheduled throughout the day. And if you look at the screen here, this is the agenda. I have 6 main items to quickly go over. And then after that, we have a nice and friendly chat with our two student ambassadors, right? So meanwhile, if you're online watching this, wherever you are, feel free to start asking questions using the Q&A tab in Zoom. All right. So let me give you an overview of NUS. The National University of Singapore is Singapore's oldest and largest university in Asia's safest city. Okay, we are very proud to be big and old, and we're also dynamic. Okay, we have a variety of programs to suit your passion and aptitude. We have expertly curated common curriculum, and we focus both in depth as well as in interdisciplinary training. You will find that our campus life is vibrant. Um, 30,000 students, lots of people, you can find someone to click with. Okay. We offer you exciting global exposure opportunities. And once you graduate, your your NUS, sorry, your NUS degree is among the top 10 globally. Okay. So if I may summarize everything in a couple of numbers, uh, the first number you should pay attention to is the one in yellow on the left. NUS is ranked first in Asia. We've held this position for 4 years now in a row, and we're very, very pleased to be holding steady. We also ranked eighth in the world. This is according to the QS World University Rankings 2026. Okay. Um, the other number to pay attention to is the one on the right in yellow. Top 10 for global employability. What does this mean? It means that the NUS degree is recognized not just in Singapore, not just in Southeast Asia, but throughout the world. Uh, Employers everywhere know us. We are not some unknown university. We are known in by major companies all over the world. And in fact, our alum are in many major cities living and working overseas. So wherever you go, you can find an NUS alum. That's due to our large size and due to our the fact that we're first and oldest university in Singapore. Now, being ranked very well globally, overall, we are also ranked very well in specific subjects. Over here, you will see that in 22 subjects, we are ranked in the global top 10. The list is here. Okay, so take a look at this list. Okay, do you see anything interesting? Do you see anything that you want to pursue? Hopefully, you do. Um, I'm a computer science professor. So if you look at computer science and information systems here, I believe you can see my mouse. We're ranked number 4. Okay, right. If you're interested in business and management studies, we're ranked number 8. Okay. Uh, or, nursing, we're also ranked number 8. Okay, so we're very highly ranked in many, many subjects. So I hope you find something here and you should be proud that you're getting excellent, excellent training at NUS. Okay, now how did we come about to this? It's because we got our foundations and our principles right. Okay, our previous Minister for Education, Mr. Chan Chun Sing, um, in 2022, he articulated what we've always believed in, right? We want to look forward to prepare you not for 5 years, but for 15 years and perhaps beyond. Okay, because these days, with longevity, longer lifespan, people want to matter more in their work, in their learning. Okay, and here NUS, we believe these are the 4 future key economies: digital, green, the healthcare, as well as Industry 5.0. And our curriculum has been restructured over the years to be geared towards this. Okay, so this is NUS's commitment to you. Our commitment is holistic development. Okay, we're looking not just at what happens academically to you, okay, which is shown in the blue box, blue circle here. We have done that very well. But most recently, we're also have a new program called NUS One that looks at the non-academic side of your development. Okay, because we believe in training you holistically. And overall, these are the skills we want you to have when you graduate: strong interpersonal skills, mental resilience, global engagement, self awareness and management. We train your cognitive and intellectual ability, and we teach you to master one or two subject areas in depth. Okay, so this is our commitment to you when you come to NUS as our student. So if I may sum up everything in one sentence, okay, your NUS education is customizable, challenging, and contemporary. Okay, the 3 C's. Okay, which means you have to take charge of your educational journey. Okay, you get the best when you plan what courses you want to take through your 4 years here. And later on, our 2 students will share how they did it. Okay, both students are in their 4th year, so they can share with you what they did from year 1. Okay, but really, unlike high school, where you're sitting back receiving passively a fixed curriculum, in university, you have to actively chart your course through the 4 years. That's perhaps the biggest challenge for you. Okay? Take charge of your educational journey. I cannot emphasize that enough. So let me quickly jump into academics, right? Now, by way of introduction, this is our academic year, which may be different from what you're used to. So NUS works on a semester system. We have 2 main semesters a year. The first one, semester 1, begins right around mid-August, right? Right after the Singapore National Day. We start our first semester. It goes for 18 weeks. Okay, and that will end in early December. And we'll take a 5 week winter, Christmas, New Year kind of vacation. Okay, we resume again in semester 2 in early January. So currently we are in semester 2. In fact, we are in the middle of semester 2. This is the mid-semester break, even as we speak, right? And so that goes from early January until early May. And then we have a long vacation over 12 weeks, where during the long vacation, there are courses, but many students go on for internships and summer programs and so on, right? So there's always activity throughout the year. Okay, now here is a slide that shows you all the majors organized into a few big blocks. So let me take some time to go through each block. Okay. The biggest block you see is the one on the left that belongs to the College of Humanities and Sciences. This is where you have all the majors in your traditional humanities discipline, right? Anthropology, Chinese, Japanese, Malay language, English language and literature. We have social sciences like geography, okay, political science, psychology, social work, and so on. Okay, a lot to choose from, right? And then we have all the traditional majors in science, whether it's physics, chemistry, biology, also known as life sciences, um, mathematics, quantitative finance, and so on. Okay, these are the majors in science. Okay, we have a number of cross-disciplinary programs as shown in blue at the bottom here, data science and economics, uh, where our student ambassador, you get to meet her. She's from DSE. Environmental studies is there. The new one highlighted in yellow. This is a new degree program. This is geospatial intelligence. Okay, I'll talk more about that later. This is a new degree program that we are launching this year. And then we have philosophy, politics, and economics, PPE. Okay, so that is the first major block, humanities and sciences. Okay, the second biggest block is the one in the middle, the College of Design and Engineering, where we have the majors in architecture, industrial design, landscape architecture, okay, as well as all the engineering disciplines, biomedical, civil, chemical, mechanical, electrical, computer engineering, robotics and machine intelligence. That's also new, launched last year. Okay, so this is the second big block. The middle block is business. You have nine majors, your traditional disciplines of economics, finance, management, supply chain, and so on. Okay, business degree. Um, School of Computing, where I'm from, is the smaller box below. Uh, we have a degree in AI as well as computer science, business analytics, business AI systems, and information security. Okay, and not to mention our so-called professional disciplines on the right: dentistry, law, medicine, music, nursing, and pharmacy. Okay, so you can see that we offer many, many disciplines under the sun, and we hope there's something here that will suit you. Okay, so take a look and then you can drill in with more questions later on. Okay, now, whatever major you take in NUS, most of our NUS degrees are 4 years. Okay, there are some exceptions like medicine and dentistry, but everything else is a 4-year degree program. And in the 4 years, this is how your courses will be structured. You will take 40 courses to graduate, whatever your major is, 40 courses, divided into three baskets shown here. Okay, the first basket is the one shown in green, major requirements. This constitute about half of the total courses you must take. Okay, this is where you spend most of your time in your selected major. Okay, in the middle blue box is the common curriculum. This is where we train you in subjects outside your major. This is deliberate. This is to give you breath so that you're not standing on one leg. Huh? This gone are the days when you can stand on one leg and be employed lifelong just in one skill. No, we need to give you the breath. We need you to stand on at least two legs and perhaps even three, a third discipline to give you a solid foundation. Okay, so this is the common curriculum. And then last but not least, we have the unrestricted electives where you can take anything, and I mean anything, that NUS offers. Okay, so let me give you a specific example here. Okay, in this slide, I've shown you what you will take or you might take if you are a major in food science and technology. Yes, we have this program. It is a very niche program, fewer than 100 students each year. But if you would take this program, this major, in the first green box, these are the subjects in your major, right? Food quality assurance and control, introduction to human nutrition, science and technology of foods, sensory and consumer science, post-harvest food processing. Okay, so this makes sense because you need to know, you need to go in depth into your major. Okay, coming down to the blue box, the common curriculum. This is where we train you outside of your major. You'll be taking courses in writing, in design thinking, and these days in AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, now I cannot emphasize this enough. You might have heard that AI is really here to stay. Okay, and NUS is embracing AI in a big way. Okay, no matter what majors you are, even if you're not in computer science, you need to be literate in AI and digital literacy. You need to learn how to use your ChatGPT, your LLMs, your image rendering. You need to know what works, what doesn't work. We need to train you as a user in that. Okay, so everybody goes through that. Okay, so that's a big push. Um, and by default, NUS students are allowed to use all these tools in their day-to-day homework. Okay, so that's the middle section to train you in breadth. Okay, the last box, the unrestricted electives, these are anything that you want to take. So I've given two examples here. Forensic science. Okay, this is there's a murder scene, okay, and you're the police, you go down and you look at the crime scene and you do forensics, right? You figure out what happened there, okay? Maybe there's somebody lying there. You figure out what happened, okay? This is called forensics. Uh, you will get to you can take a course in this. Or if you're interested in pirates, oceans, and the maritime world, okay, you can do that as well, okay? Um, I'm not sure if you get to dress up as a pirate and take the ship out. I don't think you have kind of hands-on practice, but certainly you will study about it, right? Okay, so here's a concrete example of how the three boxes make up the 40 courses in your NUS education here, right? I hope that's clear. Now, because of this structure, these three boxes, you can mix and match and have multiple pathways. So let me explain here. Okay, on the first two columns on the left are what we call single major. If you want to do a business major and that's all you want to do, you can do that, right? So you do your university requirements, that's the common curriculum. You satisfy your business degree requirements and go into your major, and then you can use your unrestricted electives to take whatever you want. Okay, outside of your major, that's perfectly fine. But you can use the unrestricted electives to go deeper into your major. So that's the second column. Okay, this allows you to go deep. Okay, on the other hand, you can use the unrestricted electives to do a second major, something outside of business. For example, you want to do a second major in history, business with history, second major. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, um, it's up to you to decide. Or you can use the space here to do one or two minors. Okay, instead of a second major. The difference between a minor and a major is how deep you go into. Obviously, a minor you're only taking about 6 courses. It's more like an appreciation course, right? You're not trained in depth, okay, compared to a second major. Okay, so because of these flexibility, no two NUS students have the same timetable. Let me repeat. No two NUS students have the same timetable, right? Because each student picks and chooses the courses that he or she likes, not just for one semester, but throughout the 4 years, right? This is why I say again, please take charge of your university education. The opportunities are there, and you get the best out of it if you are actively involved as well. Okay? So you can go beyond a single degree. I've talked about minors and double majors. You can go for double degrees. This is where you get a degree in X and a degree in Y. Okay? Which is only for those who are academically strong, okay? And we do have that in NUS, but many students also, it's enough to do one major or one degree, okay? We also have some joint degree programs, very selective, uh, but we have a few concurrent degree. This may be attractive to you. This is where you work towards a bachelor's and a master's degree concurrently. it takes you about 4.5 to 5 years. Okay, so you have a time saving of about 1 year. All right, so you can certainly do all these things. It really depends on how far you push yourself and how far you want to go. Okay? So let me switch gears and introduce to you a few new things that is happening this year and also last year. Okay, this is new and exciting. I mentioned it earlier. We have a new degree program to be launched this year. Okay, starting the first semester 2026, and this is called the Geospatial Intelligence Cross-Disciplinary Program. This is a program between the Faculty of Arts, Department of Geography, and the School of Computing, right? So you graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Geospatial Intelligence, okay? And what do you study there? Well, you can see the topics mentioned here: remote sensing, okay? Business analytics, computational social science, okay? Uh, 3D data, okay? Um, AI machine learning, okay? But the whole point is geography with computing, okay? Because a lot of data is also tied to where it occurs in 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 space, in 3D space, geography. Okay, so you're looking at an example might be transport, okay, traffic in Singapore, right? Definitely certain roads are more congested. You're looking at weather, rainfall, okay? These are urban natural geography issues, okay? Uh, a lot of data in the world combined has a spatial map element to it, okay? And you need to make sense of it, okay? So this degree is new, and we hope to start our first batch of about 20 to 30 students in this coming semester, in August of 2026. So if you're interested, please find out more. Come down to our physical open house next Saturday, okay, and talk to the professors here. All right. Also new in 2026, we have a few concurrent degrees. Remember what a concurrent degree program is? It's where you work towards a bachelor's and a master's at the same time, right? So that at the end of 4.5 to 5 years, you graduate with both a bachelor's and a master's. So here, the Department of Social Work offers two CDP, a bachelor's of social sciences and a master in public policy. Okay, that's one CDP. The second one is Bachelor of Social Sciences and a Master of Public Health with a different school. Okay, so this is for people if you're interested in social work, not just the hands-on where you get to do it, okay, but also at the policy level, whether it's public policy or public health. Okay, and as you know, this is an important area for Singapore because this is a growing need, right? Social work is a very meaningful area. So if you're interested, come down and speak to them. They have a special STAR, STAR, admissions program. So you can talk to them and find out what that might involve. Okay. The next new CDP this year is the Bachelor's of Nursing and a Master's of Science in Biomedical Informatics. Okay, so again, a bachelor's and a master's. And the aims of this CDP is to integrate nursing science and informatics to improve patient care. Okay, so you get to specialize in analytics uh, or in hospital management. Okay, both are very important. Okay, so you're trained as a nurse, of course, but you're trained at a higher level. Okay, you're looking more at the analytics, the bigger issue, the population level issues, not just patient specific issues, right? So this is for aspiring nursing students with a passion for technology or for students interested in broader career paths. So this is also new this year. Okay. A couple of things that are new. This was launched last year. We have a Bachelor of Engineering in Robotics and Machine Intelligence. This is where you get to learn uh, robotics, okay, with the hardware, robot engineering. as well as machine learning, which is how you control the robots, right? So it's interdisciplinary by nature. There's mechanical, there's electrical, there's control, and there's AI involved. So come down and talk to the engineering professors about this. Okay. Also launched last year was the Bachelor's of Computing in AI. Okay. Uh, we've always had a Bachelor of Computing in Computer Science. Okay. This is another path. Instead of computer science, you can major in AI. Okay. And this is because AI is here to stay. Now, in this program, you'll be trained to create new AI technologies. Everybody else in NUS, you will be trained to use AI, to use ChatGPT, to use image rendering. Okay. But in this degree program, take this if you're interested to create new technologies, to know the bits and bytes of it and how to even apply it in everyday applications. Okay. So this was launched last year. Also introduced last year, or rather refreshed, this is the Bachelor of Computing in Business AI Systems. Okay, because we realized that there are new job roles, as you can see here: AI policy advisors, ethical AI consultant, compliance officer. These are new roles that may not be here today, but you'll be here in the near future. Okay, so this is, if you're interested, please come down and speak to the professors. Okay. And also, as of last year, we have launched a NUS AI Talent Scholarship. Okay. This is for Singaporean citizens with excellent academics, CC, and leadership skills. And for those pursuing AI, robotics, computer science disciplines, those that I mentioned just now. You can, if you qualify, you can apply for, and then you may be awarded this AI Talent Scholarship. Okay. And separately, we have a new residential college, Acacia College, with an AI focus. This is where you live and breathe AI, literally. Okay. You'll be living together. The master of Acacia College is a computing prof, Prof. Heng. I know him, he's my colleague. And there'll be faculty and TAs and people living among you. Okay. So this is if you like to live and breathe AI. Okay. Um, School of Computing just told me they are launching this new inno computing innovators program this year. This is not a degree. Okay, this is not a degree, but more a talent development scheme. Okay, the idea is that you come in any of the 4 or 5 computing degrees like AI, CS, info security, whatever it is, but you go through this extra development where you get mentored by research professors, you get mentored by industry players. Okay. Your first year will be one of exposure, then you go into discovery in your second and third year, where you can try a stint in industry or in research, and then fourth year we groom you for leadership. Okay. So this is a special talent development program within the School of Computing. This is something to take note if you're interested in. Okay. So these, in a snapshot, are the new developments both this year and last year. So look out for it. Come down and speak to the people next week. Okay, or in the coming week. I understand there are a number of open house. Different faculties have it on different days. So please sign up for each one. Okay. All right. So right now, let me switch gears and talk about global opportunities. Right. NUS, we are known globally, and we want to train our students to be global citizens, globally minded. Okay. And the way to do that is to look at the classroom not just as the 4 walls of your lecture room, not just as Singapore, but see the whole world as your classroom. Okay. And we support you to do that. We have many, many ways for you to spend a semester abroad. That's the usual student exchange program. Okay. We have partnered with over 350 universities all over the world, in Europe, in America, in Asia. Okay. This is very exciting. Okay. You can't get, I mean, it's just amazing how you have 350 to choose from. Okay. So take advantage of that. Okay. Uh, you can spend 1 semester or 2 semesters. If you want something shorter, we have the summer and winter programs. These are just about 4 weeks long over the summer and winter breaks. Okay. There are even shorter ones like the Southeast Asia Friendship Initiative. These could be just a week to 10 days. Okay. And various other things. Okay. So many, many ways to gain global exposure, and we really want you to take advantage of that. Okay. Uh, Worth mentioning in greater detail is this thing called the NUS Overseas Colleges, NOC. Okay. What is this? This is where you get to do an internship at a startup for up to a year. Okay. Where? Any of these 20 locations. Okay. Of course, the popular one would be Silicon Valley in the USA. Okay. But we also have in Sweden. Okay. We also have it in the UK, even in China, a few cities in China, and even here in Southeast Asia. Okay. Now, the difference uh, between this and the regular student exchange, this is more for internship. This is not so much to study, but to work at a startup. Okay. The goal here is startup. You spend, and NUS will have arranged with a number of startup companies in all these places in the world. You apply for them, they might interview you, and your main goal is to go there and be immersed in a startup culture. Okay, you live and breathe in a startup environment. Okay, wherever it is. And then in the evening, if you want to take courses, you can do that. We have arranged with the top tier university for you to take night courses. For example, if you are doing your NOC startup in Silicon Valley, then the evening you can take classes at Stanford University. How cool is that? Okay. Work in the day, study at Stanford at night. Okay. In China, you get to study with Tsinghua at Tsinghua. Okay. These are night. So in all these major cities, we have a special arrangement with the top tier universities in that city. Okay. So, but again, the this is for you, those of you who are interested in doing something entrepreneurial, right? You learn about startups. So take advantage of this. This has been going on over 20 years and is very, very well received. Okay, campus life. Campus life. Now, I know there's a lot of Singaporeans and Singapore citizens here in this Zoom session, but there are also a lot of international students. I see a lot of people coming in from India and from China as well, and from Southeast Asia, everywhere, right? So I just want to quickly introduce our campus. NUS, we have actually four beautiful campuses connected via a free NUS shuttle. This is a free NUS bus that takes you around the campus. Okay. Um, the main campus is the one on bottom right, Kent Ridge. This is where all the faculties, well, most of the faculties are located. This is where your classes are held. Okay. Um, Law faculty is in University Town. University Town also has a number of residences, right? Um, the NUS College and all that, they're all here. Okay. So this is also a very happening place. Okay. And then we have Outram and Bukit Timah campuses, where um, it's for specific disciplines, um, not so much for undergraduate, but if you're a postgrad, you might be involved in these locations as well. Okay, four beautiful campuses, um, lots of food options. Singapore is a food paradise that's reflected in NUS as well. All kinds of food. Um, we have 7 libraries as well. We feed your body, we feed your mind with excellent top-notch facilities as well. Uh, we have a university health center right on campus so that if you're not feeling well, you can see the doctor and get medicine there. Okay. And US is also rich with a lot of over 200 student-run groups, okay, ranging from music, arts, performance culture to special interest group to groups that give back to the community to sporting groups, okay? You can find something to your liking here, okay? We also have a number of housing options, 6 halls of residence, 5 residential colleges, 4 houses. Uh, they differ in whether a meal plan is compulsory, whether courses are compulsory, and also the living arrangement. Okay, it's too much for me to explain this short session, but please come down and talk to the people there. Okay. Um, we have a center for future ready graduates where we really help you to prepare yourself for graduation. This is where we help you with internships, with job listings, career advisory, and so on. Okay. Now I'm rushing through because uh, I'm just giving you ideas so that you know who to speak to when you come down to our physical campus. Let's now talk about application, which is very important, right? Now, the GCE A-level results were released yesterday. Congratulations for those of you who got your results. Well done. You've finished an important milestone. And definitely we accept the A-levels for NUS application. We also accept Poly Diploma, IB, NUS High School. These are the 4 major exams offered in Singapore. But for international students, we accept a whole long list: Indian CBSE, the American SAT, AP, um, international A levels, Chinese Gaokao. We accept many, many qualifications, right? So go to our website to find out more. Um, as you know, the A level has changed. The way we calculate the rank points is out of 70 this year. I think I don't have to remind you this. If you have taken the A levels, you know how this works. So come down and you'll be able to calculate this yourself, and then come down and talk to the professors where you stand, right? Um, More importantly, there are subject prerequisites. So, for example, if you're applying for law, take note that besides a good A level um, grade, you also need a B in GP. Okay, you need or SAT writing score above 700 and so forth. You need to come for an interview. Okay, if you're applying for computer science, these are the subject requirements. You must be strong in math and take a science, whether it's physics or chemistry. Okay, but there is no interview. Okay, so on and so forth. You can find the complete list on our website. Okay, um, this is the indicative grade profile. This was last year's one. Unfortunately, this is under the old system of the 90 rank points, right? This year it's changed to 70, so it no longer applies, right? So if you look at computer science AAA, it doesn't mean that if you get AAA this year, you will get in. It's not a guarantee, right? Because the calculations have changed. Okay. Nevertheless, this tells you which faculties are more sought after. Okay. It gives you a relative sort of competitiveness. Okay. So that's the only thing. Don't take this as a minimum cutoff that you must achieve. Okay. That's never the case. All right. More importantly, aptitude-based admissions becomes important because many of you will have the same rank points because of 70 points, 90 down to 70, right? There'll be what is called bunching. So therefore, your aptitude-based admissions become more important. Please, please, please list up to 4 achievements. Answer the short response questions. There are 5 of them here. Okay, pay attention to how you answer them. Okay, tell us something you've done outside your school to prepare yourself for your chosen degree. We want to know that. Okay, and so on and so forth. They are not essays, these are just 600 characters, about 120 words. Okay, so be short and sweet, and this will help you in your application. Okay, important dates to remember. Application window starts for A level started yesterday, uh, and then it will go on until 19th of March. Okay. The other deadlines for international closing deadlines was just over, right? 23rd February. Okay. Earlier this week. So if you missed that, you have to apply again next year. All right. So this is my final slide before I hand it over to Yue Jia. This is to announce that we have a physical open house next Saturday, full day at U Town. So I hope to see you there. Okay, back to you, Yue Jia.
Thank you, Prof. Sim, for your sharing. We will now move on to the Q&A segment. We have especially invited two NUS students, Grace and Nicholas, to share with us today. Grace is a final year student from the Faculty of Science under the College of Humanities and Science at NUS, majoring in data science and economics. She's a recipient of the prestigious NUS Global Merit Scholarship and, and in and an alumnus from Diamond High School. Grace has experienced campus life across multiple residences, having stayed at PGP residences, Utown residences, and currently residing in Weller House. She previously served as president of NUS Golf, was a member of the NUS Varsity Badminton team, and was part of the NUS Dive Project's EXCO. Beyond campus, she's actively involved in grassroots leadership with the Tanjong Pagar Youth Network and contributing to SG75, a community initiative launched by Minister Indrani Raja. Academically and professionally, Grace has built strong global and industry exposure. She went on in student exchange at Tsinghua University, during which she also solo traveled across Central Asia. She previously interned with Chevron in crude supply and trading and is currently a commodities intern at Singapore Exchange. Upon graduation, she will be joining BP as a graduate, where she hopes to build a long-term career in global commodities trading. Nicholas is a fourth-year student from the College of Design and Engineering, majoring in infrastructure and project management, and an alumnus of Millennium Institute. He has successfully completed two minors in entrepreneurship and management. He is also a two-time Dean Lister in the College of Design and Engineering. Nicholas is also a recipient of the prestigious SGIS Midterm Scholarship with CPG Corporation. He completed an internship with CPG and will be returning to the organization full-time upon graduation. He's also a winner of the SGFin Sustainable Finance competition, reflecting his commitment to sustainability and innovation. Deeply involved in campus life, Nicholas serves as a student ambassador leader and is the advisor to both the CDE Student Wellness Team and the Department of the Built Environment DBE Student Wellness Team, supporting initiatives that promote student well-being and strengthen community culture. Outside of academics, Nicholas thrives on physical challenges, regularly participating in Spartan races, high rocks, and various sub-marathons throughout the year. Looking ahead, he's excited to apply his training in project and facility management alongside his interest in sustainability and innovation to tackle real-world built environment challenges. I will now hand the time over to Prof. Sim, who will be moderating the Q&A segment with Grace and Nicholas. Prof. Sim, please.
Okay, thanks again, Yujia. Hey, hi, Grace, Nicholas. Good to see you again.
Hey, Prof.
It's it's been a while. Happy to team up with you again. It's another academic year, I guess, another year to for all the A-level applicants. And that's why we're here to meet with them. I think they're very excited to meet you, right? Both of you are now in your fourth year. You're both very accomplished students. You have lots of wisdom to share with these juniors who are well much closer in age to you than to me lah. And so I think let's start off by talking about the support, right? You've been through NUS 4 years. Talk about support. So for instance, I know Nicholas, you're involved in wellness, right? Tell us about that part, please.
Sure, no worries. Specifically for what I've done with College of Design Engineering and the department is about student wellness, specifically physical wellness, mental wellness, and spiritual wellness. Because I think all of us can admit we have stressful days, we have stressful weeks, even hours, who knows, right? So what we have for NUS specifically in the college, we just want students to actually know that they can step away for a little bit from the studies and take their breath away, relax. Like what you said, Prof, you take control of your studies, but you
Mm-hmm.
take control of your stress levels here. We want you
Mm-mm-mm.
to have and the freedom to calm down and relax.
Mm.
Physically, we'll bring you out for events, do walks, whatever have you. We even bring in pet therapy dogs and cats.
Ah.
Yes, yeah, we do. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
yeah.
seen that. I've seen that actually. Yeah, yeah. Um,
And
amazing, huh?
Yes, at Techno Age, you've seen the dogs, you've seen the cats. We're working on bringing more
Okay,
therapy
I don't
animals.
like cats, sorry, but the dogs.
Fair enough.
Yeah, to each his own. Yeah.
But we are
Oh,
planning, we are trying our best to expand the wellness network across NUS because truly
okay.
mental wellness and mental health in today's world is a very big priority, and we want everyone to know and feel safe wherever they are.
Okay. That's very good. I think the stress level is through the roof these days. Um, I hear there are these things called pit stop, is it? Can you tell us about it? Yeah.
And so pit stop, every department and college around NUS has a place called the pit stop. Pit stops are literally a place for you to stop, get away from your books, and there's a very strict rule, no studying. We
No
straight up
kidding.
say, yes,
That's the
no
real
studying.
rule, ah.
Seriously, you can walk in the room in bright red letters, depending on your college, no studying allowed. We
Oh,
want you to just have fun. There's switches, there's pool tables. Some I know have a dartboard or something like that. I know certain places have that. It really is a place built for you to do nothing.
you have to pay to get in, or?
Not at all. It's all students getting for free. You just need to be an NUS student, basically. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they are everywhere, right? In every faculty has something.
Exactly, yes. The only difference
Okay.
is how big yours is based on the college size.
Okay.
Like physical size. That's it.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I should check out the one in my school. Yeah, yeah. Grace, you talk about support as well earlier. Tell us or tell our audience here the kind of support that they should be aware of.
I think when you are in school, one of the most stressful factors as you move towards graduation is job search. Everyone
Mm,
wants to secure a role that they are fond of and go to a company that values them as much as they should be valued, right?
mm-hmm,
So this process can get very stressful, and NUS also has a center for future ready graduates. Some of the support that they offer will include like helping students to prepare for your interviews. So there will be
mm-hmm,
mock interview sessions. There are also resume reviews because after all, first impressions count. So
mm,
it's very important that your resumes are well structured to put you in a good spot to compete with other people for a role that you want, right?
mm.
So actually, just some time ago, like about 1 year ago, I had differing offers, and I actually went to a career advisor to seek out their opinions on, which option I should go to. Um, so I went for a career counseling session, and actually, it was very helpful in my circumstance because my career counselor also referred me to NUS alumni who were in the industries that I was offered. So I managed to speak to them also to hear from them who have been in this industry for like 10 plus years compared to someone like me who has never experienced any part of it. So I think in terms of job search, NUS is really out there to support students in finding the right career pathway.
Okay, and eventually you've decided to join BP, right? That's the
Yes, after graduation, that is the decision that I've come to.
is that the petroleum company?
Yes, it's British Petroleum.
British Petroleum. And then you said helping you to make this decision, you met with NUS alum in
Yes,
the oil industry.
I did in commodities in general. So I met
Oh,
with
okay.
alumni in agricultural commodities and oil and gas, so many different commodities. Yeah.
Okay. I think you brought up something very important, which is the fact that NUS alum is everywhere, right? Because we are the most established uni, we're the oldest. Uh, a lot of alums are already in the industries. And so they come back to give advice to young graduates like you. I think this is something that only a big university can offer.
Exactly. And I feel that NUS in general, the alumni network is very well connected. People are very supportive. And if you go out, let's say for a job search, and you meet your interviewer who is from NUS and you like to ask for advice, most of them are very happy to reach out to you, to speak to you. So I think when you consider a university, it's one of the factors that you realistically really need to consider is how strong is the alumni network. And I think NUS is doing well, really well in terms of that.
Thank you. Thank you for emphasizing that. Yeah. And Nicholas, you also have already secured a job, right? Even before graduation. Tell us about that. How did you meet an alumni or how did you secure your job?
Well, for my case, thankfully the scholarship I am tied me to CPG,
Oh,
but
yes, that's right. Okay,
but the
go on, go
only
on.
reason I actually even got the job or the scholarship in the first place was because NUS is part of the SGIS outreach program. It was
Mm,
one of the only reasons I actually saw the email, I heard about it, and I applied. So it
okay.
actually leads me to a job. Because for the students, I hope you actually know that you have scholarship opportunities that tie you to a job. It doesn't
Yes.
just leave you as a scholar for your academic life. It is continuing, but you have to find the right one, something that you like and you know you can sustain.
Okay, because yours is a private scholarship, right? So to speak.
Yes, in a
Okay.
sense, yes. It's MOE and the company together for
Oh,
this.
yes, correct, correct, correct. Whereas Grace has the NUS Global Merit Scholarship. So that one is offered by NUS. It's not tied to a company and therefore doesn't come with a job, lah, right?
Yeah.
But but that's also a very prestigious scholarship, right? So Grace, tell us how did you get it and what's your advice to our top scholars, among the students here?
I think NUS in general values students who are very passionate about what they do, passionate about also contributing back to their community. So obviously, if you're applying for a scholarship, there's very strong competition. So I would say having good academic results is like a baseline that you would probably require. But on top of that, it's really about who you are as a person. There isn't really like a fixed mold of what a scholar should be like. NUS offers many different kinds of scholarships. So Global Merit Scholarship is one of them, but there are also other scholarships, like for example, the Sports Scholarship and the Scholarship. So from what I
Mm,
know, if you're a very good athlete, NUS will even assign you a sports manager to help you manage all your competition schedules and whatsoever. So it really depends on who you stand for as a person, and NUS really tries to support you in the different ways that you want to grow. So I
mm.
would just think that if you want to be a scholar at NUS, just be passionate about the things that you do and be good at it. And I think NUS will come to see that.
Okay, that's good advice. Thank you indeed. Um, Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, your questions are drying up. Please keep them coming. Okay, I'm not seeing too many questions. You can have specific questions for our two students here as well, to Grace and to Nicholas. So feel free to, address them, direct your questions at them, right? So while we are typing, let me just talk about something a bit more general that both of you might be able to share. Now, I've seen your resume, both of you. You are superstars. You have achieved a lot, done a lot. How is that even possible? I mean, everybody has 24 hours a day. You two look like you have unlimited amount of time and energy. So tell us a bit about how you juggle all these things, right? I think our students will want to know. Go ahead, anyone.
Maybe I can go first.
Mm.
So, what I really emphasize on is passion. I feel that as long as you like the things that you do, the drive is always there. I like to say that time is like a sponge, right? There isn't ever a scenario where there is no time. You just have to squeeze and more water will come out of it, just like how more time will come out of it. Um,
Okay.
and also like despite everything, I think it's very important to keep yourself, your body healthy, to make sure that you
Uh,
get enough sleep. Um, Even if you're very busy, and let's say if you fall sick and whatsoever, then you would not be able to pursue the things that you want to pursue and do
mm,
well in them. So I think the very first thing is to keep yourself healthy and then also be passionate. You know, when there's passion, there is drive. I think that's what I believe in. So like for me, I really, really like outdoors and sports and whatsoever. So regardless of how busy I get in school, there's always time for it. And obviously, you have to learn how to prioritize what is more important to you and what is less. And there are things that you have to give up on in order to take on certain responsibilities and certain tasks, for example.
interesting. Interesting. Very good. How about you, Nicholas?
For me, just two main things for everybody. The first one is for your own individual ability. Please
Oh, Nicholas, I think we lost you there. Your connection may have dropped.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can. Yeah, maybe you could repeat.
If you don't plan, it will be hard. You need to do this yourself. Plan it out, have it all mapped out, and you will truly, truly you will succeed. The second point is please find people who motivate you, who get you going. I hope the connection didn't break. Did it break?
Yeah, okay. It was a bit choppy, but I think you got through, right? Get somebody to motivate you and plan it out. I think those are very good advice indeed. We do have one question directed to the two of you. It says, it's from someone called Tanaya Nagar, asking the two of you, what academic pathways did you two take while in high school? I don't know, that seems like a long time ago. Do you still remember?
Ooh. High school. Sorry, high school is A levels for us, right?
Yeah, A levels or poly. I think both of you will be A levels. Yeah.
Ooh, for me, it's a little different because I was a pre-university MI. I did a
Okay.
hybrid. So I actually did
Ah.
literature, geography, and business studies as my A-level combination.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting. That's
it's the only
interesting.
place that offers business as a course in A levels.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. What about you, Grace? What was your background?
I think my background is not that interesting. I went to what everybody would do, so I did A levels also. If you are asking about what kind of subject combination I took for A levels, I took H2 PCME and I also took H3 research, and that was offered under NUS.
Oh, interesting. So you already came to NUS even at that time, is it, to take courses?
Yes. So when I was in my first year of junior college, I was actually admitted into NUS for my H3 research program, where I will work with a physics professor from the NUS Department of Physics. And then after 1 year, I have to basically produce a paper.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. Anyway, now that's history. You two are about to graduate already. And certainly your advice is would be very good for our listeners. Um, it's right on the dot 1500 hours, 3 p.m. Maybe we can just end with a final piece of advice that each of you want to give to our audience here. What would that be?
I could go first. I
Yes,
think
go
my
ahead.
advice is just, I think NUS really has the best ecosystem out there that I have seen. And I think, if you're hesitating about applying to NUS, I think you just need to take a leap of faith. And then if you really need to find out more, come to our open house. But if you're coming to NUS and you've got an offer from NUS, I don't think you're getting shortchanged over here. So that is my own personal experience. And I think I've gained a lot from this institution. Yeah.
Thank you, Grace. How about you, Nicholas?
Please try. Like Grace said, take it at open house. We'll be there to have a conversation. Please don't be afraid to ask questions. Really want to help you out. So
Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, yeah, I think fantastic advice from both our student ambassadors. Let's end this time. I apologize, we cannot answer all the questions, but this is just the start, right? Because we still have physical open house next week and throughout this coming week as well. So I hand the time back to Yuejia, please.
Thank you, Prof. Sim, Grace, and Nicholas for sharing your experience, insights, and sound advice. I hope it managed to answer your questions and clarify your doubts. With that, we have come to the end of this session. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that this webinar has been helpful. If you have any further questions, please send them through our Q&A portal, which can be found in the chat box shortly. We understand that most of you have signed up for an array of open house events lined up for the day and the rest of the week. We hope that you will have a fruitful time ahead. Do visit us at our admissions booth on Saturday, 7 March. If you wish to speak with an admissions officer or chat with our student ambassadors, a wide range of talks and activities await too. Find out more information via the links and QR code provided. We look forward to receiving you on campus. Grace and Nicholas will both be helping out on that day, so catch them in person at our booth. We also greatly appreciate if you could take a few minutes to fill out a feedback form. You may scan the QR code or access the link that we have shared on the chat board. Your feedback is important to us. Please let us know how we can improve. Thank you once again. My colleagues and I look forward to receiving your application and warmly welcoming you to NUS. Have a great day ahead.